Consciousness is a state of being when an individual is awakened to their place historically, culturally, socio-politically, and spiritually in the diaspora.
And so we're going to take you through all this other foolishness only to say, oh, you know what, we sorry. Never mind. You good. No. You just disrupted my whole life. And it's just a sorry, oh, our bad. When the shoe is on the other foot, and again, this is in line with consciousness. When an offense has taken place, there is supposed to be some restitution in that regard. You commit a crime, you go to jail. You get out, but you have to pay for that crime that was committed. How is that same scenario or ideal carried out as it relates to our government? Again, that level of where's the equality? Where's the justice in the system of things? A job has been done on us. And I give people a lot of grace in that it took me a very long time, like I said, in the late 20s, early 30s, to even for any of the gears to start to click. The way that the environment is now, the level of decimation to our families, to our history, to our way of life as Africans in this diaspora, I'm taking on a different mindset now and giving our people a whole lot of grace. Because I have to. Because I understand that there has been many mechanisms to keep, from my perspective, the very small amount of truth and consciousness that I've gained up to this point. It's taken a lot for me to obtain this amount. So for somebody who has totally no idea at this, I'm like, be an example. Share the information in a manner that get beyond the generational gaps. I can talk to my elders. I can talk to my youth, because I'm seeing that's one of those things that has kept us from raising our levels of consciousness, is the language barriers in generations.
There's probably one generation on here that you think is a little out of touch. They don't really know how the world works. If we're being honest, you might even find them a little annoying. And you're not alone, because ageism is the last socially acceptable bias. Every generation has something to teach us, even the generation you think is annoying. And let's be honest, yes, every generation has something to learn. But that only happens when we listen to each other and when we appreciate what the other brings. Because we need that old school work ethic, right? You show up, you get it done. And we need the new school self-care. Refuel, fill your tank, don't burn out.
The way that our babies communicate now It's 6'7". What the hell is a 6'7"? What is y'all talking about? But we gotta learn. I'm laughing too. Their language, our generation's language versus the language of our elders, they literally are three different, almost totally different languages. But we have to learn and see where the evolutions in how those generations interact with one another take place, and be able to transmit information through those in different ways. Like a lot of the rappers now, I'll take Kendrick Lamar. Love that brother. He rapping and he's saying things, and if you listen to what he's saying, he actually is speaking a lot of truths for us, and a lot of truths for those young ones that follow him and look at him, and he's inspiring and giving them some consciousness, and they don't even know it. They just like, yeah, that's my man. But that's what we got to get to. Those of us that do have some level of consciousness, figure out a way to disseminate that information to our young. It ain't about us at this point, really. We was promised maybe 100 years. I'm halfway there. We should be trying to set stages for our babies coming behind us, getting them into the mindset of critical thinking. Don't just take up to it, including in your education, so challenge your teachers in a respectful manner. We're not teaching critical thinking, we teaching rote knowledge in the educational system, and that's where again that consciousness, I believe, really emerges from being a critical thinker. Not again, for me in the world of IT, the first thing I tell is, you want to go into IT? Guess what you just signed up to be? A lifelong student. Why? Technology is going to change. If you plan on being an effective IT person, you're going to have to keep up with the changes. What does that mean? You're going to have to continuously learn new things, how these various pieces of technology is being deployed, if you want to remain relevant. Similarly, we have to do that in life with our consciousness. What's been kept from us? What is beneficial for us? Who are the individuals that... What does a freedom fighter today in 2026 look like for us? For me, on a conscious level, it kind of looked like a Jasmine Crockett. In her role, I can't say that I like everything about the sister. But what I can say is, in defense of her constituents in Texas, she went to bat for them at everything. No, I love it. No, we ain't gonna play these type of games in here. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna put the truth on the floor of men. I gotta respect that. And that's what those individuals, any of them, should be doing. Representing the needs of their constituents on that platform. And you can't be afraid of going against the grain. And that's just the what. But we need more in positions of power, having the ability to actually change them. We need more. That's what another one of the things that I've mentioned, making that solo into a choir. We got people that fight for us, but what can they do individually? We need to rally around those type of individuals, as well as the individuals that's in our communities, to try to get us somewhere else, because otherwise you're going to get what you get. You don't like it? Do something to change it. Figure out a different way. And you don't, it's not like guaranteed. This is not an overnight. This ain't a 5-year, 10-year. It's going to take us at least 450 years. That's how long we've been here. It's going to take us at least that long. And there's no one way or level to that consciousness. That consciousness is political, it's educational, it's economical, it's socio-economical, it is pick one. All of these different aspects of our lives has to be addressed. So we need people who are political gurus. We need people who are economicists. We need people who are technologists. We need environmentalists. We need philanthropists. We need archaeologists, all focused around truth and consciousness for us in the diaspora. That actually wants to see the truth of what's been taken out of school books, what hasn't been revealed, what has been found, to show that the story you've been given all your life, it's a lot of holes in it.